discussing the chapter that is motion in a straight line. We have discussed about the equations of the motion. So if I consider the equation of motion, we have already done v is equals to u plus at, s equals to ut plus half at square, and v square equals to u square plus 2as. We have already discussed. Now we are going to discuss some numericals based on that part. So the first question, as you can see on the screen, the first question is: a car starts from rest and acquires velocity equal to 36 km/h after 10 seconds. Calculate the acceleration of the car. So in the question it is given that a car is starting from rest. Okay, so the car is starting from rest. That means your initial velocity will be equals to 0. That will be your 0. Initial velocity is 0. Then it is given that it acquires a velocity equals to 36 km/h. 36 km/h. Clear? Then it is given after 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, we need to find out what is the acceleration of the car. So we got initial velocity, we got final velocity, we got the time. Now we need to find out the acceleration. So this, first of all, you convert into meter per second. 36 into 5 by 18. So 18 to the 36, so it will be 10 meter per second. Now we have got the velocity in meter per second. Now which formula you will be using for calculating the acceleration? Clear? So if you go to the first equation, we'll be using it here. Why not second and the third? For the second and the third, if you consider that there is a part s, but in the question there is no displacement given there. So instead of using the second and also the third, there is also s, there is a displacement, but in the question there is not mentioned about the displacement. So you cannot use second and the third equation. We have to go to the first equation. So using v equals to u plus at, so a will be equals to v minus of u by t according to the formula. So v is having a value of 10, u is 0, t is 10. So the answer will be equals to 1 meter per second square. So this is the answer of the first question. Is it clear? We go to the next question. You can see the next question again on the screen. A bus at rest accelerates uniformly to a velocity of 54 km/h in 20 seconds. How much distance is traveled by the bus in 20 seconds? So in the question, what are the given parts? First you write that given it is velocity is given as 54 km/h. Okay, velocity is given as 54 km/h. Time is given as 20 seconds. Then it is given the bus is starting from rest. That means your initial velocity is 0. So from this data, we have to find out what is the distance traveled by the bus. Initial velocity is given, final velocity is given, time is given. We need to find out what will be the displacement of the bus. Now, how to calculate the displacement? We have both the equation, that is v square is equals to u square plus 2as. This is one equation for calculating displacement. This is the another equation for calculating displacement. So out of these two, if you see in the formula, if you use the above one or if you use the below one, thing is that there is a part s here and there is also s here. That means displacement is there. But if you use the first equation there is no part related with the displacement. But we have to use the first equation of motion. Why? Because you can see in both the formulas there is a part of acceleration. So we need to find out the acceleration first. And for calculating acceleration, we have to use the first equation of motion. So using v equals to u plus at. So here a will be equals to v minus of u by t. So v is your 54, but you have to convert this into meter per second. So it will be 5 by 18. So 18 3 is 54. So it will be 15 meter per second. So this will be 15 minus 0 divided by time, it will be your 20. So it will be 15 by 20 meter per second square. We'll keep it in this way. Now we go to how to calculate the displacement. I can use the above one also, I can use the below one also. I'll be using the below one. So again S equals to ut plus half at square. Clear? So u is given as 0, so this will be 0 plus half into, it will be 15 by 20, and a time square it is given as 20, so it will be 20 square. Clear? So 120 I can cancel it out, then so it will be 2 10s are 20, so it will be left out with 15 into 10. So the answer here it will be 150 meter. So this is the answer for the second question. So we have done 2 questions. Some more questions we'll be discussing after finishing the chapter, and if you have any doubt regarding the questions that we have done it now, you can ask me in the comment section, or you can give me a message on my group. So thank you for today. We'll be discussing more in the next class.